Live from KSAT 12, the news at 5:30 starts right now.
It has been 1 week since Suzanne Simpson was last seen. Since then, her husband Brad has been jailed on assault, family violence, and unlawful restraint charges, but has not been charged in her disappearance. He currently remains behind bars as Almost Park Police, DPS, and Texas Rangers continue their search for Suzanne. An affidavit details a neighbor of the Simpsons heard and saw Suzanne late last Sunday night. A neighbor told investigators they saw the pair get into a physical altercation at the Simpsons' home and later heard screaming in a wooded area nearby. Since then, investigators have searched the couple's Almost Park home, the surrounding neighborhood, and an empty field next to a shopping center in Bernie. That field is about a mile away from where Brad was arrested. But despite days of searching, investigators have found no sign of Suzanne. Family members of the couple are also speaking up about the search. Brad's brother Barton releasing a second statement since Suzanne's disappearance today, saying extending gratitude and thanks for law enforcement's effort in the last week. Barton also acknowledged the community too, adding in part, quote, "To all who have reached out with love and encouragement, please know that your support means the world to us. We will not stop until we find her," end quote. We want to add that Almost Park Police are asking for the public's help to find Suzanne. If you know something, say something. These are the 3 phone numbers you can call and use for the Almost Park Police Department. You can find their contact information and stay in the loop on the search for Suzanne Simpson on our website, KSAT.com. Helping parents and welcoming them to a community they can learn from. So many expecting parents can feel lost or frightened, especially when they're told their baby will be born with Down syndrome. But as our Devin Karp explains, a local nonprofit exists to help those parents.
Steve and Rose Newman say their daughter Lily has a smile you just can't forget.
Go Lily, go Lily.
She loves meeting people. She loves seeing people. She makes the funniest faces at people. She claps, and she's just excited to be around.
She's a social butterfly.
Oh, yeah.
You ready?
But they'll never forget the moment on vacation when they got the phone call that she would be born with trisomy 21, otherwise known as Down syndrome.
You mourn the loss of the life of your child you thought they were going to have, right? It's not that you're upset or anything. You have so many unknowns.
The Newmans said finding out what to do next became a struggle, and that's when they heard about the Down Syndrome Association of South Texas.
It's different, but not scary, and it seemed scary in the beginning.
Magali Diaz is a parent just like Rose and Steve. She started working with the nonprofit when her own daughter was diagnosed. Since then, she's gone from a volunteer to the director of education, connecting new parents with families who can share their experiences and help.
I think that it's all about community, and you don't have to do this alone. It's going to be much harder if you do this alone. But if you come and get involved and meet families, meet friends, you're never going to feel alone.
Oh, you want to give him? Yay!
The Newmans say their experiences in the Down Syndrome Association have made all the difference in Lily's life.
Everybody is so open and friendly, and so it's not even just this, it's the side groups and the relationships that, because information is power.
Devin Karp, KSAT 12 News.
Some great resources there, Devin. Thank you. The Down Syndrome Association of South Texas is hosting its 24th annual Walk and Stroll event on October 26th. The nonprofit says this is one of the best ways to support what they do and provides them with the resources they need to help families. You can scan the QR code right here on your screen for more information, or you can visit ksatcommunity.com. Now to a traffic alert we want to put on everyone's radar. The turnaround road on I-35 Access Road in Rittiman is closing tomorrow and will stay closed until November 4th. TxDOT is shutting it down for construction as part of the I-35 Northeast Expansion program. With just over 3 weeks until Election Day, the latest ABC News Ipsos poll shows a tight race. The vice president with a 2-point lead nationally among likely voters, which is within the margin of error. The poll also has some insight into how voters feel about several key issues in the race, including the economy, immigration, and abortion. Mary Alice Parks has the details from North Carolina.
Vice President Kamala Harris visiting a church in Greenville, North Carolina on Sunday. While she did not mention former President Trump by name, she criticized those who are spreading misinformation about the recovery from Hurricane Helene.
Yet instead of offering hope, there are those who are channeling people's tragedies and sorrows into grievance and hatred. And one may ask why, and I think sadly, frankly, the motives are quite transparent. to gain some advantage for themselves, to play politics with other people's heartbreak, and it is unconscionable.
A new ABC News Ipsos poll shows Harris with a narrow 2-point lead among likely voters nationally, down from a 5-point lead she had just a few weeks ago. The economy weighing on voters. 59% believe it is getting worse, with just 23% saying it's getting better. Trump leads Harris by 8 points overall in trust to handle the economy. The poll also finds 56% of voters now favor deporting all undocumented immigrants, which Trump has proposed, up 20 points from 8 years ago, while 56% support restoring a national right to abortion, which Harris has advocated for. In an interview with Fox News, the former president asked if he would support a national abortion ban.
I think that it's something that's off the table now because I did something that everybody's wanted to do. I was able to get it back to the states.
And Trump with back-to-back events in Nevada and California this weekend, falsely casting large swaths of migrants as all hardened criminals, using increasingly violent language.
Our criminals are considered extremely nice by comparison to the people that we see. They'll cut your throat, and the next morning they won't even remember. This is what they do. Mary Alice Parks, ABC News, Greenville, North Carolina.
And KSAT has you covered on all things this election season. You can head on over to our website, ksat.com. Our Vote 2024 page is updated daily with new stories, and it's also the home of useful voting resources like sample ballots, polling locations, and more. And surveying the damage, people on the Gulf Coast of Florida are on the road to recovery just days after Hurricane Milton swept through the Sunshine State. An update on those efforts when we return. Welcome back. Your time, 5:38 in the evening. Those in Florida had barely started to clean up the damage caused by Hurricane Helene when Hurricane Milton made landfall last week. And Milton brought with it powerful winds, torrential rains, and a dangerous storm surge. Hundreds of thousands are still without power. This as President Biden toured some of the hardest hit areas today and announced energy projects that will help those areas impacted by these back-to-back storms. ABC's Alex Perche reports.
President Biden traveled to St. Petersburg, Florida on Sunday, getting a first-hand look at some of the devastation left behind by Hurricane Milton.
I spoke with first responders who've been working around the clock. I also met with small business owners here and homeowners who have taken a real beating these back-to-back storms. And they're heartbroken and exhausted, and their expenses are piling up.
Residents just now starting to assess the scope of the damage after the powerful Category 3 storm made landfall near Sarasota, Florida.
People are coming together. Neighbors are helping neighbors. It's been heartening to see all of the outpouring of support and help that people have been offering.
In the beachfront community of Inglewood, home after home completely destroyed, streets littered with sand and debris. And in Venice, homes nearly filled with sand. The only thing still visible from this pool is the handrails.
If you want to live here with this view, beautiful sunsets, be able to go out on your boat, enjoy what we offer, what South Florida has to offer, you have to be willing to accept that these storms are going to come.
Drone footage shows two homes in Lakeland, about 30 miles east of Tampa, nearly swallowed by a sinkhole.
I just zoomed my flashlight into it and I was just shocked because I'd never seen nothing like that before.
With hundreds of thousands across the Sunshine State still without power, the president announced $612 million in Department of Energy projects to harden the energy grid long term. Two of those projects in Florida.
This funding will not only restore power, but will make the region's power system stronger and more capable and reduce the frequency and duration of power outages while extreme weather events become more frequent.
Alex Perche, ABC News, the White House.
And if there is one thing going for him, it is that the weather is expected to be pretty quiet across a good chunk of the Sunshine State moving forward. So hopefully those crews can get out there and continue to get the power situation up and running for many of those customers. Back here at home, beautiful sunshine. That has been the theme this Sunday, along with once again hotter than average temperatures. Moving forward, take a look at your weather headlines. 90s will continue tomorrow and into Tuesday, chasing records by Monday afternoon. But we are going to see some changes move in by the middle of the week. A weak cool front moves in, highs in the 80s. Back in the forecast, a little bit more seasonable out there. And we also have a few isolated rain chances that look to arrive by next weekend. We're going to time out all those details coming up after the break.
All right, Mia, we're mid-October and it's been unquestionably hot.
Yes.
But As you mentioned earlier, hope on the horizon.
Hope on the horizon. That's right. A weak cool front's going to work in late Tuesday, early Wednesday, and high temperatures will be closer to where we should be for this time of year, back in the mid 80s. But until we can get there, yes, it was hot out there this afternoon. We still do have a few more unseasonably hot afternoons in store over the next 48 hours. Take a look at the almanac data for today. 96 degrees was our official high temperature here in San Antonio. You see all that sunshine? That combined with lower humidity this afternoon, the reason why. Not only is that 13 degrees above the average high for this time of year, but it was just 1 degree shy of the record of 97 that was set back in 1991. We are going to be challenging another record tomorrow. The record high for our Monday is 95, set back in 2015. Right now we have a forecast high right around that mid 90 degree mark. Low 90s in store into Tuesday before we see that frontal boundary work in, and mid 80s will take us into the second half of the work week and even into next weekend, which is closer again to where we should be for this time of year. So let's go ahead and time that out. High pressure and control right now, which is why we are quiet. Plenty of sunshine and unseasonably hot temperatures still in the works. That's going to break down as it works eastward over the next couple of days and leave just enough room for the tail end of a frontal boundary to work in. Again, late Tuesday into early Wednesday, the bulk of the cooler air is going to stay east of us. But again, at least high temperatures come down into the mid 80s. However, winds out of the southeast are going to return into the second half of the weekend, so the humidity is going to rush back in by Thursday and into Friday. When you combine that added moisture with an area of low pressure that's going to approach from the west, that actually could help us introduce a few isolated chances for rain back into the forecast really by Friday and into next weekend. It's not going to be drought busting by any means, and coverage right now is still looking somewhat low, but at least we are seeing those rain chances trend in the right direction. So far for the month of October, we have not recorded any rain officially here in San Antonio, and that is reflected in the latest drought monitor update that was released on Thursday. If you missed it, severe drought now encompassing a good chunk of Bexar County and San Antonio. That stretches up into the hill country where extreme drought is even in place across Bandera County for the most part. So we'll continue to keep you posted on that. In the meantime, for your Monday, more of the same. It will be dry out there. It will be toasty in the afternoons. Plenty of sunshine. We're going to start off the day right around 66 degrees if you're stepping out for the morning commute or a drive to school. Plenty of sunshine in store throughout the day. 86 degrees expected around noon. A high temperature topping off right around 95, which once again will be record challenging here in town. Low 90s expected into Tuesday, but then that frontal boundary at least bringing back more seasonable daytime highs. Mornings a touch cooler by Wednesday and Thursday, but back in the mid 60s with some of that humidity into next weekend.
Thanks, Mia. All I got to say is about time.
It's at least nice to see it trend in the right direction.
So great to see mid-80s. Thanks, Mia. All right, something else I'd love to see is the Texans had a road test in a place they don't normally have success, Nick, but that wasn't the case today, was it?
No, I mean, JP, the Texans playing without wide receiver Nico Collins today, you know, how would the offense look? It looked just fine. We're going to break down the highlights and hear from the team after a big road win. And then after it all, it might be a little too early to think about it, but why not talk about the Texans' next opponent, the Green Bay Packers? Stay with us.
Deflected, and it's in the air. They say they've gotten it on the ricochet. Anderson leapt up. It's picked off on the ricochet by the Houston Texans.
The Houston Texans dominating in all facets of today's game. Next on Big Board Sports. Well, on the road in the cold fall weather of New England and no Nico Collins. All the things that didn't matter for the Houston Texans this afternoon. After a quick touchdown pass to Tank Dell, C.J. Stroud finds Joe Mixon, who has plenty of space on the outside to get in for his first touchdown as a Texan. He would also rush for a TD today. Second quarter, New England Patriots going with rookie Drake May at quarterback, and he lets it fly to Kayshon Boutte. Right on the money. Not bad for his first NFL touchdown pass. Now, second half, the Texans defense dominated. That interception you saw earlier by Eric Murray was tipped by Will Anderson, who had 3 sacks in this game. Later in the fourth, handoff to Dameon Pierce, who bounces off defenders for a 54-yard touchdown run as the Texans go on to win it 41-21. And head coach DeMeco Ryans couldn't be happier for his guys.
Really proud of all of our guys today for this win. Started off hot. Really excited about how we came out. First quarter, came out third quarter. Really nice job all the way across the board with our offense and how they ran the football to run for over 190 yards versus a really stout defense. Right? Really impressive. Very excited to see those guys continue to do more for us, but very pleased with the run game and how they got after it today.
As for the Texans' next game, they'll be on the road again, this time up in Green Bay, Wisconsin, taking on the Packers at high noon. We'll, of course, have a full breakdown of that game, same time next week, my friends. Speaking of the Packers, they were hosting the Arizona Cardinals this afternoon, looking for back-to-back wins, and Jordan Love had his best game so far this season, with 3 passing touchdowns, going 22 for 32 with 258 passing yards and only 1 interception. The Cardinals try to make a comeback and struggling in the running game with only 89 rushing yards, so Love just airs it out at some more with a beautiful ball to Christian Watkins for a 44-yard touchdown, leading to a big win for the Cheeseheads, 34-13. 2 of the Texans' AFC South rivals, the Colts visiting the Titans, and Joe Flacco showing that age is not a number. Diving in is Josh Downs for 6. What a play to get down and in for the end zone. And the second half tied at 10. Cowboys fans, you guys remember this guy? Tony Pollard, right up the middle and cutting through the Colts for a 23-yard touchdown run, but Flacco would have the last laugh. Off his back foot, just puts it up for Michael Pittman to go get it as the Colts get a big win on the road, 20-17. And checking in on how the Dallas Cowboys are doing, the boys hosting the Detroit Lions, who have a 37-9 lead in the third quarter. Dak Prescott is 14 of 26, 143 passing yards and only 1 interception. Our Mary Rominger is there. She'll join us live tonight on Instant Replay with a full recap of this one. Yesterday was a fun day to be a Longhorn. Texas taking out some revenge for last year's loss to Oklahoma in the Red River rivalry, and doing so in multiple ways. The focus was on how Quinn Ewers was going to do in his first game back in over a month, but the defense really showed its strength, telling Oklahoma's offense to take a seat on the bench. The Sooners were held to less than 100 rushing yards, and for the first time this season, less than double-digit points. Our Mary Rominger was there to hear from the Longhorns after the game and more on how different this team is this year.
From this time last year to now, Texas has shown more maturity and the keen ability to control football games. For example, Quinn Ewers threw an interception on the opening drive of last year's Red River rivalry. And of course, the Longhorns lose 34-30. This year, Ewers commits the same error, but the team proves victorious 34-3. It's an important sign of growth as the bigger picture for Texas involves winning a national championship.
2 years ago when we won the Golden Hat, I mean, you might have thought we won the Super Bowl. This year it was like, okay, we got the Golden Hat back. All right, let's put it in the trophy case and let's keep grinding, let's keep going. And so I think that's the mentality of our team.
It was a rough start, but I think overall we did a good job of when adversity struck, we overcame it. And it's 10% what happens to you, 90% of how you overcome it or what you do. So overall I think I need to play better, but I think we did a good job overcoming some adversity early.
We trust Quinn, and we know that we're going to have to play defense at one point in the game, so we kind of just trusted him and did our job every play, and that's what led to us having a good stop.
The Longhorns' SEC trek will be a challenge, but having only allowed 3 touchdowns this year, well, they've showed they're up for the task. From the Cotton Bowl, Mary Rominger, KSAT 12 Sports.
And Our Lady of the Lake tennis player David Okping Young played at a championship match of the prestigious ITA Cup, losing in straight sets, but a remarkable accomplishment just to get to that stage. We'll be right back after this.
All right, tomorrow, mid-60s to kickstart the day. Plenty of sunshine in store. Record-challenging high temperatures climbing into the mid-90s. Still feeling like summer into Tuesday, but at least after we see that weak frontal boundary work into Wednesday, more seasonable daytime highs return for the second half of the work week and into next weekend with a few isolated rain chances.
Love to see it. 80s, slight rain chances.
Pretty good.
Stay tuned for the night beat, guys. Thanks.